Hey guys, one of the things in my industry that I'm often confronted with whenever I talk with people or hear some of their feedback on other things that they've heard is that oftentimes people can be misled when it comes to returns on like an investment or a portfolio. So I'm going to kind of walk you through an example, something you could look out for if you're ever in that situation. And another way is just to kind of understand how percentages work, especially when you're looking at them over a multi-year period. So one thing that you would probably hear is average returns, and I'm going to show you how that can be misleading. So if you had a portfolio that in the first year generated 100% returns, the next year it lost 50%, what would be the return on that portfolio? Well, the average return, what oftentimes would be quoted would be, well, the first year was 100 minus the 50%. In the second year would be a positive 50% return, and then we'd take that and we'd divide that by 2 for the 2 years, get an average return. So the average return on the portfolio would have been 25%. And this is what I call believable misinformation. That's true, it's an arithmetic average, but how did your portfolio really perform? And this is what's called the fundamental law of percentages, and oftentimes people are just misled. So if you had a portfolio, and I'm going to draw my first half of my diamond here, and you invested $1,000 in a particular investment and it went up 100% in that first year. Well, we all know that your end result would be a portfolio that's worth $2,000. Now, in the next year, if it lost 50% of its value, what would your portfolio be worth? Well, the answer is actually $1,000. So this doesn't line up because the actual return was zero. You didn't make any money. And this is what's called the fundamental law of percentages. And again, it's why people can be misled. And the same works on the downside. So if you lose 50% in the first year, it actually takes to break back even 100% return. This is what's called drawdown. So what would you be able to do, or how can you create a return that actually justifies what a true portfolio would do? And you actually have to use what's called a geometric return. So I don't know if I have enough room here, but really what you do is you take 1 plus the return, 100%, which is actually going to be 1, and then you're going to multiply that times 1 minus, since you lost, the 50% in the next year, and then subtract 1 from it. So you put that in brackets. So this first equation is going to go to 2. The next one's going to be 0.5. 2 times 0.5 is going to be 1. And then you subtract your 1 equals 0. So the true return to the portfolio is actually 0. So I hope this helps. Something just to keep in mind. And until next time, guys, choose your advisors wisely. Your financial health depends on it.